If I'm not making you money, I'm not doing my leadership role that I have to be doing. You telling me that I don't have to know about the product, the service, and everything? The only thing I have to do is, hey, I don't know, but I'm going to connect you with somebody. People get in network marketing because they want to be rich, but they stay because they grow their personal development. I created a book club, and it's completely free. They don't have to pay nothing. It's zero for everybody, even that you're not in the company.
Hey network marketers, if you want to know what sets the top leaders apart in this business, you've come to the right spot. We are a sales and marketing agency working with the best in the business. And in our podcast, we are diving deep into their secrets. From mindset to recruitment to onboarding like pros, we're here to show you how they do it. Plus, we've got actionable steps you can use to rise to the top, no matter where you are in your journey. Get ready to level up and dominate. Welcome to the MLM Duplication Podcast. Hello everyone, welcome back to MLM Duplication Podcast. Today with us we have Ricardo Jimenez, and he is the first Latino millionaire VIP. He's a top earner in network marketing. He was featured in the 4-year career and networking times. He has over 15 years of experience in network marketing, and Ricardo really stands as a trailblazer in the industry. Although his early journey began with challenges and very limited success in his first company, his dedication and persistence paid off in his second company. And after 11 years of hard work, Ricardo became the first Latino to reach the top rank in the company, earning his prestigious millionaire VIP status and establishing himself as a top earner. As a visionary leader, Ricardo continues to break barriers, inspire, and guide the next generation of network marketing professionals, which is amazing thing to do. Thank you, Ricardo, for doing that and for inspiring others. We're going to talk about all that during our conversation today. And thank you for being our guest.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here, and anything that I could just get out there for the community and for the industry to help them grow is always a pleasure.
Absolutely. And Ricardo, how always we like to start is we always like to know how did you first started in the network marketing industry, and who was the person, if you remember, who recruited you, and when was that?
Yeah, back 15 years ago, I was a store manager in Michael's. It's a store. I was in Michael's and I was in Lowe's working 2 jobs. And I was just in retail, and I was a manager. I always managed people since I was like 18 years old. And it was something that I always enjoyed, growing leadership, manage people, understanding human conduct and how people think. So that's why I always look for those kind of jobs. But I was struggling when I was there because I was making $18,000 a year. So here in the United States, that's almost nothing. It was a struggle. Even though I was a manager, I had a lot of responsibilities. I was struggling to pay my bills, so I had to do something extra. I was a photographer, then I was a subcontractor, then I was doing this and that. Always in my spare time, I was doing something different in a business. But I understand in that time that I needed to do a real good business, but I needed money. I needed at least $30,000 to $40,000. And imagine me making $18,000 a year, trying to figure how I'm gonna get $40,000, $50,000 to make my own business. It was ridiculous. It was like I couldn't even put it in my mind, right? So one day, a friend of mine told me, hey, I got this business. It was a coffee business, and I was a coffee drinker. I've been a coffee drinker all my life. Yeah. So when he told me coffee, it just related to me. It was just, coffee. I know a lot of people that drink coffee because I drink coffee, and I'm from Puerto Rico. And in Puerto Rico, we have 132 different kinds of coffee over there. So it just resonated with me, and he was a friend. I knew him from a long time and everything. So it was more than I'm not into network marketing, but I am related to coffee. I could get into this. Let me try it. And that's when I started my journey 15 years ago in network marketing.
And do you remember the person who recruited you at that time? Who
Yeah,
was?
yeah. It was a friend of mine. We went to some courses, and I knew him for 5 6 years, a little bit more than like 5 to 6 years. Yeah. So he recruited me, and I saw how he was doing better, and that was one of the things that it just attracted me to what he was doing, because he was doing better than he was, and I knew him back in the days,
Hmm.
how he was struggling too, and he was doing better. He had a better car, he was dressing better, he bought a better home. It was not a big home, but it was a better home. That he used to live in apartments, and then he bought a home. So I saw his improvement, and I'm like, man, if he did it, I think I can do this. I can do this, right? I was struggling financially too, and I wanted something better for me. And the product makes sense for me. It makes sense because it was something that I was consuming. It was something that I could buy, right? So that's why when he told me, and I trusted him, and I saw how he was doing better, that's why I say yes to the opportunity in that time. Even that, for me, network marketing was a no-no. Like, it was a no-no, because way back in the days in Puerto Rico, I remember a friend of mine that we went to a hotel, to a meeting, and it was one of those, scams that you put money and then you come 3 weeks later and you get more money. And I related that with network marketing back in the days. And I remember that I put like $3,000, and when we went the next week, it was closed. Nobody was there. They stole our money, right? So in my mind was the same. Even that probably that was not network marketing, but I related to it.
Hmm.
So always in my mind, when they told me, hey, join this, you got the talent, you know how to talk to Hispanics, you got the influence. And I was like, no, 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 no. I had that stigma in my mind. But when I saw his success, and I saw how he was doing better, and the product, it was something that it was related to me because I consume it. I think it made sense for me in that time.
And were you focused on Latino community in the US, or you were targeting Mexico and other countries?
Yeah, but that time I was doing only US and Puerto Rico, and then they opened Mexico, and I went to Mexico, and I stayed there for a whole year, running around in a car. By that time, I had a Mercedes because I went and got it because the company was going to pay for it. And I was running all over the place in Mexico in a Mercedes Benz, trying to grow my network marketing with no success at all.
What was the process of you doing that? And back then, where you just look back now to all that, what do you see that it was the main issue of you not succeeding at that company at that time?
Well, that time, that was my first company. I only done two companies in 15 years. It was that one and the one that I am right now. So,
Yeah.
but that time I didn't have the skills of network marketing. I was managing people instead of leading people.
Hmm.
And that was a big issue for me. I know how to manage. I didn't know how to lead. And my leadership skills were not there when I got to that company. And I thought that if I manage the people, they will stay and they will grow the business. And that was the focus that I was having in that time. It was the worst thing that I could do, because people get motivated a little bit when I was micromanaging them. But then when I let them go and go to another city, that team just got dead. And then I was growing another city, and the city was growing, but then I leave them to go to another city, and that other team just died. And then it was constantly doing that every time, because I was not creating a system of duplicating leaders in the organization. And that was a big mistake for me. So I went and got a course, not a course, a certificate. It cost me $5,000 that time. I did a loan to do it with John C. Maxwell, to be learning leadership skills and how to be a coach in leadership with John C. Maxwell. And when I got that, that's when I started developing those leadership skills and understanding that network marketing is not what you know, it's what you can duplicate, right? So I thought that, oh, if I know everything, I could just teach everybody and that's it. And people are going to do it. And it was not working. Then I understand that when that company, I decided to not keep on doing it because I was just gonna get a divorce. I was in debt, getting loans and getting everything to just travel and try to make this happen. And fake it until you make it mentality. That is the wrong mentality to have. But that time I had that mentality of, oh, just fake it, have the good car and, travel everywhere and do this. But I was not getting the money that I was supposed to get because the team was not duplicating. So when I understand that and I started the next company, I started creating system of duplications, right? People were telling me, I don't know how to sell. Don't worry. I have a system that will sell for you. It's a duplication. You just have to implement the system. And those leadership skills and making them duplicating that in their team is when I started growing.
What would you say is the difference? You mentioned that you were managing them and not leading them. Can you explain us what is the difference?
Yeah, managing, when you manage people, you're getting people to get them what they need to do. Okay. System, what they need to do. This is what you need to do at this time, this is what you need to do. Go do it. Right. And if they have that system, they could do it. But if something happens between something in that system, they cannot create a new system or adapt to a new system. They can't, because they just know that system that I told them to do. That's managing, right? When I started leading them, I started creating leadership skills for them. They understand that if something breaks in the system, they could create something new and make it duplicatable for their team. Mm-hmm. So they were learning skills of duplication by creating something if something breaks in that system. So most of the time, people that don't have leadership skills, they're employees. So they have a boss that tells them what to do every morning or every day, right? And they could do it. It's okay. They could be managed that way. Yeah, okay, he's telling me what to do this day or this, and they do it. Those are people that they have the skills of being an employee. But when you're managing, when you're building your own company, because network marketing is your own company, right? From you down, you have to create your own company. They didn't have those skills. So even that I was telling them every day what to do, if I didn't tell them, they didn't know what to do. So I was trying to manage 500 people. Imagine that's crazy. Right? I get burned down because every day I have to tell them what to do, and if they don't do it, my team goes down. I was managing them all the time. So when I started creating leadership skills and creating leaders in the team instead of followers, then it started duplicating because I could give them the leadership skills that they needed in the beginning, 6 months, right? That's what I told them to do. The next 6 months, you're with me. You don't do nothing else. You're with me. You're learning the leadership skills for 6 months. And then I tell them in 6 months, I'm going to drop you dead. I'm going to leave. You're going to be on your own. It's your business. So they understand that they have to learn everything in those 6 months. So when I leave them in the 6 months, they could just create teams everywhere by themselves. So that's a leadership skills. It was not managing them.
And what would you say that are the key takeaways for them during those 6 months learning, next to you? What did they get, practically from the leadership stand of view?
And also, if you can say, how did you choose which people are the ones who have this leadership potential?
Yeah, like I say, leadership is something that you could learn. It's not something that you were born with it. I don't believe that leaders are born. I think leaders are made, right? And everybody have the skills to have leadership on them. And the way is that if you're looking back and people are following you, you're a leader. So I could create that emotion in people that when they look back, hey, I got a team in 6 months. I got a team. I'm a leader. And they start believing in themselves, even that there's different phases of leadership, right? He's probably not a really strong leader, but he's a leader because he got people back there, right? So I make them understand that they have to believe in themselves that anybody can lead. You just have to know the skills, right? Or the tools that you have. So what I did, I created systems and systems that they can implement, and the system is gonna sell for them. It's gonna give them the tools to duplicate. It's gonna give them the tools to grow, right? So that system in those 6 months, they will understand that system from A to Z. So when they are by themselves, they can just implement the system, and the system is just gonna grow for them because it's gonna be duplicating. So first we do interview, and this is the first interview when I recruit somebody. I don't know if you want me to go and
Yeah,
explain to you
please.
what I did there.
Yeah, sure.
So what I did is that, let's say I recruit you today and you're like, I want to do this business. In the next 24 hours, we have to have a meeting. It could be a Zoom meeting. It could be a personal meeting. We could sit down in a Starbucks or somewhere, right? Or it could be a phone meeting. It don't matter, but we have a meeting in 24 hours. And that's my first interview with the prospect that says, yes, I want to do the business. And I tell them in these 24 hours, you have to have a agenda, and you have to have a diary and a calendar. Those two in books, and the calendar have to be a weekly calendar from Monday through Sunday. Weekly calendar, physical, not in your phone, physical, and a diary, physical, a blank book, right? Those two things you have to bring in 24 hours. And at least 50 people that you think that this product that we are promoting will be interested in them. Just 50 people of your phone book or your Facebook. Go to Facebook, book 50 people that you know, or in your phone book, in your phone, 50 people that you think you know that they could just be interested in this. You have to have that, those three things in 24 hours. So they start getting those things, and in 24 hours, they hop in and Zoom with me or whatever it is. And the first thing I start putting them in perspective of what's gonna happen in reality. So I don't tell them, go tell everybody. And I think my personal opinion is that the mistake that most leaders in network marketing do is that they tell their people, go and tell everybody, right? That's a mistake, because one, he don't know what to tell them. He's brand new in the system. So he's going to burn a lot of prospect by saying the things that he's not supposed to be saying. That's one. Second, he don't know the system. He don't know the service. He don't know the product. He don't have information. He don't know nothing. So what he's going to say, he's going to sound dumb. He's going to sound that he don't know nothing, right? So I don't want to create a failure for him. My intention for the next 30 days is to get the money back that he invested. I need to do, and I tell them, in 30 days, you're going to, if you spend 200, 300, 400, 500, 800 and getting inside the system, right? Buying the product, I'm going to get you that back in 30 days. And to get it back, we need to create this system that we're going to create, right? So I tell them, first, you're going to lose a lot of friends. Second, people are not going to believe you. Third, people are going to think this is a fraud, a scam, something that is not going to work, right? And I keep on telling him, you know, your own family is not going to believe in you. You're not going to believe in you some of the days. You're going to want to quit a lot of the times. You're going to tell people because you're excited everything about the company. They're going to say no, no, no all the time. They're going to run from you. They're going to hide from you. And you're going to start crying because you're going to cry in your first 30 days doing network marketing. And then people tell me, but don't tell them that. Why are you telling them? Why are you telling them this? You're going to scare them. No, I'm putting expectation of something that is a reality that they're going to listen. And when they listen to that, they're going to say, oh, Ricardo told me this. He told me they were going to say no. So I'm doing something right because he already told me, right? So I put an expectation on him so he could understand that this is coming, right? Because I had it in my first 30 days. So I told him, but if you keep on implementing the system in the long term, you're going to have a really good business. You're going to succeed like a lot of people succeed. You're going to be consistent in knowing how to duplicate, and everything is going to be better, right? Because we just need 500 people getting you $5 a month, and you're going to be making a lot of money every month. I put that perspective on them, and they get it. You know, they start getting, okay, I could do this. Okay, I could do this. And that's in the first interview. And then I start writing them in their calendar exactly how they're gonna monitor their week, because this is important. You cannot grow a network marketing company if you're not registering what's happening every week. Mm-hmm. This is what people do. They come in network marketing. They think they're gonna become a millionaire in 6 months, right? and they start working 6 months. They don't become a millionaire, and they're like, "Oh, my upline sucks." Right? He don't know what he's doing. This doesn't work. I'm not making millions of dollars, right? I don't know what's going wrong with my business. I don't know. I'm doing whatever he told me, telling everybody. I'm telling everybody, right? I'm telling everybody, but nothing is happening. And that's not how it works. How it works is you have to identify what's not working fast. The fastest you could identify what's not working in your business, the fastest you're going to grow. So if you take 6 months to identify what's not working, imagine you 6 months without not knowing. And then I asked them, what do you think it was? And they say, I don't know. I just tell everybody, I don't know what happened, because they're not registering what's not working or what's working. Mm-hmm. So what you could register, you could change. What you could register, you could change, right? So I tell them, this is your first week in network marketing. This is what you're going to do. You're going to write down Monday through Sunday, 3 little boxes in each day. And these 3 little boxes, you're going to put the first box, how many people I invited to watch something, video, call, presentation, brochure, a recording, something. Okay, how many people I invited? The second box, right, is how many people got in and saw it. So how many people got in the Zoom, got in the hotel, got in the watching the video? How many people got in? And number third, how many people bought? It was a customer, it was a promoter. How many people bought? That's everything you're gonna do for the next 6 months, every single day. Every single day. How many people I invited, how many people got in, how many people bought, right? Those 3 things every day. On Sunday, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna look at your numbers on Sunday. Okay, how many people you put the total? Let's say the whole week I invited 200 people, let's say, right? And then out of those 200, 20 people got in and 10 bought, right? So if I see that, I'm like, man, my presentation is badass. I have a good presentation, because out of 20 people, 10 bought. I don't have to change my presentation. Yeah. Hey, but I have to change my invitation, because I invited 200 and only, in 1 week, I identify what was the problem. It was the invitation. I have to change the invitation. right? I didn't wait 6 months to identify that. So I keep improving every week my invitation, right? And adding a little bit in my presentation and keep on getting the numbers to grow what I'm doing right and to minimize what I'm doing wrong because I'm registering that every week. And that's what I do in my first interview with in 24 hours with the prospect that I got in.
And how do people react to that?
Yeah.
When they see that and you present them everything, how do they react? Do they get like overwhelmed with information, or they feel very at peace because they have a clear plan of what is next to come? Or how is it?
I mean, just hearing that you're going to lose a lot of friends, as you said, that you're going to get a lot of no's, that you're not going to earn millions in 6 months, like it can happen, but it's very less likely to happen. So what is really the expectations they have, or the
one of the things is that they know I'm not lying to them. You see, because most of the people tell them you're going to become a millionaire, right? Most people are going to tell them, this is incredible. You're going to sit down and you're going to make a lot of money. You're just going to post every day in social media and your business is going to grow like crazy and you're going to become a millionaire. And that's not the truth. That's not the truth. We have to understand that we cannot be desperate on having success overnight because it's not. This is a business like any other business. In my 15 years, I've been blessed to make a lot of money, right? But I didn't make it in my first year, right? But I made money my first year, but I didn't become millionaire in my first year. But I'm blessed that in this 15 years, the money that I made, I could create other businesses, right? Yep. So I understand that these other businesses are mostly the same. Because it's like building a business. I never seen Apple, that is a $1 trillion business, going up every year. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. They keep on growing, but they keep on going down and up, right? Yeah. So this is network marketing. This is any other business. It's the same. It's going to be bad times in your business. It's going to be something that is not going to be nice, and you're going to be doing things that you don't like, and you're going to be doing things that you don't want to do, but it's required for you to grow. So I started putting the truth on them so they could trust me. If they trust me because I'm telling them the truth, they're going to open themselves and saying, hey, I think I could work with him because he's telling me the truth, right? So they're going to open themselves. And one of the things that you have to understand, that being a leader in network marketing is not, oh, I have my team making me money. And that's not how I put it. How I put it is, I'm here to make you money. And if I'm not making you money, I'm not doing my leadership role that I have to be doing. If I don't make my team money, I'm not a leader. I'm not doing my skills like a leader. I have to understand that. And leaders out there, they don't understand that. They're like, oh, I'm going to recruit a team. I'm going to sit down and be in the Bahamas drinking pina coladas and they're going to make me money. That's not a leadership skills that I wanted to create in a culture of my team. I'm like, no, I work for you. You don't work for me. Even that you're in my downline, I don't like that word, but even that you're in my downline, you don't work for me. I work for you. You know, I'm not going to check my check every Tuesday. I get paid every Tuesday. For 2 years, I didn't open my check on Tuesday. The first thing I did, my 5 top leaders, I called them first every Tuesday. How was your check? How was your check? How was your check? How much you make? How much you make? And I didn't open my check. I didn't want to see my check. I want to see their check. Do you think you could do better? Do you want to do better? Do you want to grow faster? Are we doing the system? Are we recording the numbers? Are we doing this? I held them accountable every week. Like that, I know how much they're making, and they know that I'm interested in how much they're going to make. I'm not interested in how much you're going to make me. And then I put 20% of that check that I was making from them back to them. So let's say I have Gladys, or let's say I have Maria, or let's say I have Louis, right? And they making me each $200 this week of what they did. Out of those 200, I'm going to get 20 to 30% of that check that I make from them, and I'm going to put it back to them. I'm going to give them a promo. I'm going to give them a gift card. I'm going to give them a dinner, something back to them of the money I made from them. So they seen that I'm interested in their growth and not interested in how much I could grow from them.
I really like how you systematized everything. First, you show them what it's like to be a leader by just making it all about them and not about you. And then what I really like about telling them all the bad stuff is kind of like preparing them for the worst, which creates the trust. And it's really helpful, because I remember when I started my sales career, I remember I had the one sales manager, and he was like, oh man, they will tell you this, that they don't have the money, that they have to ask the husband, that they have to ask this and that. And when I was on these sales calls then and sales meetings, I had those situations. So in my head, it was like, oh yeah, he told me that this is going to happen. So it's kind of like you prepare them for the worst. And that's so good approach. And I'm really glad you shared it with us. And what is happening next? So you recruit someone, they go into this first week, they register everything, what is happening, to see where they are doing good, where they're doing like they could improve. What is the next step after that first week or first month, let's say?
Yeah, that first week, 2-3 weeks, and what I do is that I tell them 90 days. 90 days, remember, we're in 6 months for them to learn everything, right? So the first 90 days, they have to learn by listening to me, So they gonna, I don't tell them, go and tell everybody. I tell them, go and connect me, everybody. I'm the leader. I'm the one that already knows how a presentation works. I understand how an invitation works. I understand how the product system, everything, how it works. So I'm the expert in that matter. So you're not going to tell everybody about it. You're going to connect them to me. So your job is to connect with me in 3-way calls, in a Zoom meeting with Grupo. Every day we're going to Zoom that you could connect your people, right? In calls or in recording calls. So you're going to connect the most people that you can with me. You're going to tell them, hey, you know what? I found something. I don't know how it works. I got the expert. He knows how it works. Can I connect you with him? Yes, perfect. This time, let's do a 3-way call. This time, we're going to have a Zoom meeting. You need to connect. And I'm going to follow up on you on that. That's it. That's all you have to do. Connect them and follow up in connecting the people with me. An hour before the Zoom meeting, you're going to call them or text them. Hey, an hour. We're going to have the Zoom meeting. Hey, 15 minutes. We're going to start. Hey, we are already online. Come on, connect. This is the link. That's your job. Your job is connecting with me. My job is doing the presentation because I'm the expert. That's all you have to do, right? And you have to be in the presentation. You have to be in the 3-way call. You have to be there listening what they ask me, what I respond, right?
Let me ask you about that. Whether I would maybe even challenge you on this. Is it a good that the person you just recruited is inviting someone and is being like, hey, I don't know much about the business, but come, I invested in it, come listen to the expert? Would that create them not having the trust from their prospect? Because how they can lead them after that if they are like leaving it to you, so that you are the ones who you are the one who present them the information? What do you think about that?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly how human conduct works, right? The mentality is, man, I could do what he's doing. You telling me that I don't have to know about the product, the service, and everything? The only thing I have to do is, hey, I don't know, but I'm gonna connect you with somebody. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you a video. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you a recorded call. I could do that. I'm a home stay mom. I didn't went to college. I don't know sales. I don't know how to invite people and all that, but I could do that. I could tell them, hey, here's this. Can you watch it? Here's this. Can you connect? I don't know, but you could do this. Simple. Simplicity works better than trying to know it all. And when other people see that it's simple, that they could do it, they're going to do it. If they see it's difficult, they're not going to do it, right? So the thing is that they're going to relate more to him because there's more people that don't know than people that know. So you go in your balance. Yeah, you're going to have that guy that's going to say, he don't know nothing. I know it all, blah, blah, blah. He's not your market. Don't worry about, okay, you're going to have that no, because there's some people like that. But there's more people that don't know how this works, that don't know, they didn't went to college. They're not sales experts. There's more people than that. So the average of people, there's more. So you're going to make more invitations because there's more people that want simple and they don't know how to do it. So that's why I tell them, yeah, you're going to have some smart people that they're going to tell you, if you don't know why, I'm going to know how, I'm going to understand from you. But don't worry, because your job is not that. Your job is just connecting with me, because I know when they hear me, they're like, oh, wait, this is the leader of the group. I'll make money with him. He knows what he's doing, right? So when they hear me, they're going to be, oh, wait, man, I could make money with him. And that's all what people want. They want somebody that they could work with, that they know they're going to make money out of him, right? And that's what I tell them. I tell them, I'm here to make you money. This is my job, like a leadership. That's the first thing I start my conversation. If you're here for the business, I'm here to make you money. If you're here for the product, I'm here to explain to you how the product works, and that's it.
So what do you do in the meantime then? Because when you recruit someone and then they are just inviting people to come to that trio meeting with you and that prospect and that person who invited them, what is the process for the person who got into the business, who is just now doing the invitation, and you are babysitting them? What is the process for them to develop as a leader so that they are the ones who are doing like the presentation then? What do you do in the meantime?
They're listening to me. They listening to me for 3 months, 90 days. They doing the invitation. They listening to me. They listening the question people ask me, because I'm going to tell you something. I've been in network marketing for 15 years, and I could tell you the most of the people ask the same questions all the time. All the time. They ask the same question. If they listening to those questions and they listening how I respond, they're going to learn. So when they listen to that question, they're going to respond the same way like I did. So in the 90 days, they're going to learn how to make a presentation. And in those 90 days, they have to give me the presentation in private, because they listening to my presentation. So I'm going to sit down with them once a week out of those 90 days, and they have to give me the presentation. And I could listen to them. I'm going to say, this is good. You have to improve in this. And this was great. You know, the up, down, up feedback that I'm going to give to them all the time. You did this great in your presentation. This was not good. You have to improve in this, but keep on, because I like how I'm seeing this, right? And they were like, okay, great. And next week they give me the presentation and they start. And by 90 days, they know how to make the presentation. They know how to make a 3-way call. They know how to make a recording call for their teams, or how they're going to duplicate. So the system is going to be duplicated exactly how I did it. That's duplication. In network marketing, you only want duplication of leadership. I want thousands of Ricardo Jimenez in my team, right? So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to create a system that duplicates that all the time. So they're going to do the same. They're going to do the 24-hour invitation interview. They're going to teach their team. They're going to connect their team. They're going to do the same thing. So it's going to keep on duplicating.
I love the fact that you spoke about this simplicity, that it's, the most important things when they're starting out, and, just thinking about the opportunity. So I was thinking that for the first 90 days, what I would do in your team is just go and invite people to join these meetings, right? So what is the approach to these invitations? And you mentioned that, in the beginning, they're finding 50 people they know, making a list. What happens next after that? Like how they contact these 50 people, and once they are out of these 50 people, what is the next approach to invitations? Like how they find another 50 and another 50?
Yeah, so those 50 people, they're gonna, and that's in my interview in the beginning. Those 50 people, they're gonna create a list and they're gonna do 3 little balls in every single name of those 50 people, right? And those 3 little balls, they're gonna fill those balls depends of what they have. Example, do they have $200 to join? Yes, they're gonna fill it up. Are they motivated people? They like to be positive and motivated. Yes, they're gonna circle the second one. And third, that is for me, one of the things that I always tell them to do is that, is this person coachable? You think this person is coachable? Yes. Okay, they fill it out. If they have 3, those are the first one you're gonna go. If they have 2, then after those 3, you're gonna go to those. If they have 1, then those are the last ones you're gonna go. Why? I want to increment fast income in their pocket. If they see they can make money in the first week, they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay. It don't matter if it's $100. If they make that first dough, that first money, right? Oh, wow, this works. I got paid, right? So that's why I want to do it fast that first week, getting only those 3, because I know they have the $200 to get in. There are people that they're positive, they're motivated. I don't have to be motivating them because I don't get people to motivate them. I get people that are already motivated in the system. And then the third one, they're coachable. They're going to listen to me to implement the system, right? So I call those first people with me. They're going to connect them with me, right? And then I'm going to make them buy a package. I'm going to make them buy a product. I'm going to make them get money for that person in that first week. And then the next week, when they see that money, they're going to be like, wow, this works. So they're going to be motivating or keep on doing the same thing.
Yeah. So what's the approach of inviting those people to those calls? Is it just messaging?
I give them, I give them in the beginning, I give them a pre-recorded call of me talking of what it is, right? Of what it is. So the first thing is that, hey, I got something really great that I think is going to benefit you. I think, I tell them, always say that word, I think, but can you trust me? You see, that word trust me is really powerful. So when you ask that word to people and they know you, because remember, this is a hot market. This is not a cold market. They know this guy, right? They know this person. Can you trust me? Yeah, I could trust you. Okay, I need you to listen to this pre-recorded call and I need you to connect with him. And I make a pre-recorded call explaining to them, hey, this is maybe for you. This is maybe not for you. If you want to make a little bit of money in the business, you can. If you don't worry. You don't need to, because we got 2 websites. We got one website for people that wants to do the business and one website for people that just want to consume the product. That's all. So maybe one of them is for you. The only thing you have to do is to join the call, join the Zoom, join the presentation. And I'm going to explain to you if you want the website for just consuming and you're going to be happy, or the website if you want to make a little bit of money, or both of them. Whatever is for you, just connect. Trust your buddy, right? Just connect. It's going to be 20 minutes. It's going to be fast. You're just going to listen for 20 minutes. If it's not for you, we keep on being friends. You're going to keep on being friends with your buddy. Don't worry about it. And that's it. Simple.
Yeah.
I try to make it simple.
Yeah, nice. And I like this trust word that they're using, especially with the warm market. And that will not for sure work on the cold market. So what is the approach for those people that they don't know, and after they kind of already used all of their warm contacts for this first approach, how they do the invitations then,
They're going to have the skills already. When they get to that market, they're already going to have the skills. They're already going to have exactly how the system works. They're already going to know. So they're not going to say opportunity, because that's what Herbalife says all the time. And people are tired of hearing that, right? I tell them not to say certain words in the invitation with cold markets, because eventually that word is just going to trigger something that is going to be probably negative, right? Mm-hmm. So what they're going to do is they're going to ask questions to see how they're going to invite. You see, people buy by two reasons, and you know this, you heard this a bunch of times, you know, they afraid of losing something, or they want to gain something, right? Pleasure. They want to gain pleasure, right? So the first thing is that you're going to ask questions to understand if that person buys because they're evading fear, or buys because they want to gain pleasure. So you ask those questions. If they say, oh man, I really want to travel the world, well, they want to gain pleasure, right?
Yeah.
Or they say, oh, I'm afraid that I'm not going to have the money for my daughter to go to college. Oh, they buy because they fear something, right? Of losing something. So when you understand that, then you know how to invite them. You know what to tell to them, right? It's going to be something that is going to relate to that person. That's why you ask questions first. You understand if they want to gain pleasure. They want to gain pleasure. Yeah. You know what? What I'm doing right now, it gives me 3 free trips every year. Free, completely free trips every year. Well, you would like something like that? Oh, yeah, because he likes to gain pleasure, right? Oh, yeah, I want to do something. Okay, you have to listen to Ricardo. Oh, you have to listen to this 20 minutes. Yep. So he will do it, right? Oh, no, I'm trying to get money for my daughter. She probably going to graduate at 18. She's 14 right now. I got 4 more years. Perfect. You know what? In 4 years, this guy that I'm going to introduce to you, in 4 years, he's completely retired his mom, his wife, and he's living a lifetime paying his sons in cash college tuition. And he did it in less than 4 years. Nice. Do you want to listen to him? Yeah. Okay, it's 20 minutes. You see? So that's how I train them to do that.
So you're using the combination of these needs that they might have with social proof of someone who has already done it. And can you share a story now? You mentioned to us earlier about the book club and how do you keep your people and team motivated. I think it's a great story and everyone should know it.
People get in network marketing because they want to be rich, but they stay because they grow their personal development, right? They stay when they see that they have a transformation. And that's all we're doing in network marketing. We're getting a transformation in somebody. Transformation physically, if your products do something physically. Transformation economically, if your business can, you could gain money from your business. It's a transformation that we're doing in people. So if I could keep my team transforming all the time with personal development books, they're going to stay. They're not going to leave. It's a culture. It's a culture of growing. They want to grow. When people grow, they feel alive. People start dying when they don't have nothing. They're not growing. 5 years and they have the same job, the same income, the same life. They're doing the same stuff. They're alive, but they're dying, right? Because they're not growing. So if I could grow them in personal development that is really big in network marketing, and they see a transformation in their family because they translated that to their sons. They translated that to their wife, their husband. They're translating that and they're having a transformation in their life. They're going to stay. They're not going to leave. And if it's free personal development, you kidding me? There's coaches that charge you $10,000 or more for that. You know what I'm saying? So I created a book club, and it's completely free. They don't have to pay nothing. It's zero for everybody, even that you're not in the company, right? You don't have to be in the company. It's for every Hispanic in the world. They connect, they get personal development with beautiful books, Atomic Habits, Atomic, and all these kind of really great books that we read. right? For them, they get their skills. We do some trainings in that book at the end of the book, right? Hey, what you learn, because it's not what you know, it's what you implement, right? So I teach them so they start growing, and I give them PDF or exercises of that book. Hey, here's a PDF. Are you doing this? Are you creating this? It's not how many books you read, it's how many chapters you are a master in. So I teach them, don't be a master in books, be a master in chapters. So learn that chapter, go out there and implement it, and then come back, read that same chapter, go out there and implement it, and read it again. When you master it, then you move to the next chapter. And that's why I learn my team. It depends on what they need. They're timid, they're shy. Okay, how to make friends and influencing people. That's the book that you need to master, right? They have bad habits. Oh wait, atomic habits. That's the book you have to master. And even that we're reading different books, they have a book that they have to master because that's what they need in that moment. And that's what we do.
And that's amazing. And what's the experience on those sessions when you read? Are people after reading it feel more open up? And what is the discussion after that?
It's like a light bulb. It's like a light bulb for them because they were looking for this. They were looking for transformation, right? They were looking how to transform their life, even if it's not all the time economically, because even if you're making $500 a month extra, right? That's something that you didn't have. So it's a transformation. That's something that you could pay your car, at least your car, the second biggest bill in your house, right? So we put those expectations, and if they have that little transformation, it's like a light bulb opening for them. They're like, man, I'm doing this because I'm learning personal development. I'm being a leader. I'm not being a follower. I have my own business. I'm teaching my kids how to have their own business. I'm teaching my kids how to do this atomic habits, atomic or whatever, or personal development books. My husband have a better relationship with me because I understand now. My problems are in 6. My personal development is in 9. I could resolve that problem. 97% of the people, their problem is at 8. The personal development is at 5. It takes years to resolve that problem in their family because they don't have the personal development. So my intention for this is to grow your personal development to 9 to 10. So any problem that you got in your life, it don't matter if it's business or not business related, you're going to be able to resolve it fast. People that are millionaire, they have problems every day like you and me. They just resolve it faster. Why? Because they have personal development. And that's why I teach them how to do. And it's a transformation.
How many people you usually have on those sessions?
Live is because it's 6:30 in my time, but in most time it's 3:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. So they cannot be there, right? It's almost impossible. So most of the time in my recordings, I have a system that I can know how many people are in the recordings, right? And I got more than 3,000, 4,000 people all the time in those recordings, right? And we got 80, 90, 100 in the Zooms every day that are consistently every day.
And what do people tell you how valuable that is? Because for me, that's brilliant. I haven't heard something smarter recently. I am blown away, really. I think because, as you said, information is everything. And if we feed our brain with these informations and stuff that from people who are really been through that, and we can learn from them, it's brilliant. And it's kind of like you are creating an environment where people learn constantly, and then they have discussion about it, and then like follow their improvements. How you tell them about the book? Do you tell them in advance or?
Okay, I got a scheduled email every day that goes out, right, to everybody. I got, I think, 15 to 16,000 in my email list. and they all get in there eventually. The numbers that I gave you, that's daily, right? They all get eventually reading something, listening to something. Not everybody complete the whole book, but most people get a day here, a day there, they get stuff. So I send an email every day with the link and all the information where everything is at, right? This is the recording, this is the live session, the Zoom link, and this every day. It goes out at 6:10, right? And then I have a schedule post in my social medias saying, hey, the books club, this is the book that we're reading right now. This is the day, this is the link every day. Well, Monday through Friday, because that's how the book clubs works. And then after that, the recordings, I put it in one link the whole days, every day. So they could go there. They don't have to log in or go somewhere. They have a page with all the recordings too that they get. So they see a lot of value. And then they get the PDF of the exercises in email that they could just download them. We have a WhatsApp group. I only can have 250 people there because that's the limit of WhatsApp. But I have something that is a broadcasting list in WhatsApp. I don't know if you know this, that you could do a broadcasting list. So you could send this broadcasting list every day with the link. So you get people engaged all the time. They see that Ricardo is doing all this for free for us. They don't leave. They don't leave just because of that. And what I'm trying to create is a culture. It's just a culture of transformation and personal development. If we could create that culture, it's more powerful than any other company in network marketing out there. It don't matter, right? It's just the culture in Spanish.
Notice that you're creating something even bigger. I think the impact that you are basically you are creating an environment where people can self-educate on different stuff and improve and then move on to other generations. I think this is like a huge thing that you are building. And do you read the whole book there, or do you read some chapters?
No, we read 30 minutes. 30 minutes every day. So every day we start, of course, in the beginning, and we got three people that reads, me, my wife, and another person that reads, right? So we switch days. Like that, we got different accents. We got a man and a woman, different voices, right? So people can relate to different people, right? So we got three different people. My wife is Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican, and the other lady that she's amazing because she was a reporter. She's from Venezuela. She reads better than all of us. So, and of course, people love her more than anything else, but they keep on, at least it's something different. Yeah, it's something different. So we have 30 minutes that we read, and when we stay, we just bookmark that for the next day, and we pass that. Hey, this is where we stay. Tomorrow we start here until we finish the book. At the end of the book, we get one day to do like a recap of the whole book. This is chapter 1, chapter 2. This is what we read. This is what we have. These are the PDF. This is what we do. This is what you need to do to improve in this with the skills on this book. This is the next book. And we announce the next book right there. So great. People are excited. They do the recap and they're waiting for the next book because, I love that title, So that's how we do it.
Ricardo, we are coming close to an end. Can you tell us what's next thing for you? Where do you like to, how more you can grow?
How more? A lot. I learn every day. I'm learning every day with this book, even that we repeat sometimes the books because I think it's important to repeat certain books that are really, really good. So we don't just read the book once. We repeat some of the books and we get knowledge from those books all the time, right? And we ask people, what is the best book that you like and stuff like that. So we repeat some books. Then learning every day. I love to learn every day. I'm making a course that is how to create your goals, right? Clear goals is what it means, that course that I want them to get. And it's a really intense course of how to create goals and how to implement goals and how to achieve your goals and how to analyze your goals, right? Because for me, that's what helped me in my business. I had goals. The first position, the second position in my network marketing, the third position. I went from position to position, and in 18 months, I achieved the highest position in the company in 18 months, right? And I share that story, how I did that just by creating goals and focusing in just that goal, that first position. Don't focus in the last position in the network marketing. Focus in that first position. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then you create minimum goals to get there. When you get there, okay, now let's focus in the second position, step by step, and that helped me a lot. And I became a master with Bob Proctor, with Anthony Robbins, with John C. Maxwell, with Brian Tracy. I took other courses. I spent more than $175,000 in courses with them and certifying me with them, right? I took it was a $5,000 with Brian Tracy to learn how to create goals and how to do some sales and stuff like that. So all that, I want to put it in a course now that I'm creating, and I'm going to launch it in December 1st. And that for the Spanish community, all in Spanish.
Amazing. Do you have something to add?
No, it's just awesome. I love.
But we will have to do it again because there's more of you that we'll have to cover, because I want to cover also mindset episode to have with you, and if you will be open to it.
So many good stuff we heard, and it's been an hour already. Like, it's crazy.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice.
Ricardo, thank you so much for being our guest, and I think everyone who listened to this will be excited for the second episode with you because you have so much to share, and keep up doing the good work. It's amazing what you have built, and all the systems. It's very practical, and hopefully people will find it very useful.
Yeah, and just Ricardo, can we share in our show notes the link to your YouTube channel where people can get those book readings, book stuff?
It's in Spanish. It's all in Spanish. But
if we have Spanish people or people who speak Spanish, like, I think that they're going to enjoy that as well.
Awesome. Yeah. I'll share that YouTube link, and I really appreciate you guys thinking about me and having me here. It's really an honor to be here and to share a little bit of what I learned in these years in network marketing. I think it's a beautiful profession, right? It's not easy, but it's beautiful if you know how to do it. And if you learn how to do it correctly, I think is something that is beautiful, because we focus a lot on family. And if I could get people out of their jobs and in their home with their kids, it's going to be great for the Hispanic community. At least that's what I do, right? I want people to get out of their works environments and into the family so they could take care of their kids. That is really important for me and family. So I think this is a great profession to do that. And I really appreciate you guys having me here.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being our guest.